What if the Medicare plan that feels cheapest today becomes the most expensive decision you make 5 years from now? And what if you don't realize it until you're already in the middle of treatment? This is the real decision between Medicare Advantage and Medigap. And most people think it's about premiums. It's not. It's about risk. Because Medicare planning isn't about good years. It's about bad years. In a routine year, almost every plan feels fine. You see your doctor, you refill prescriptions, you go on with life. But Medicare isn't designed for routine years. It reveals itself in crisis years. And that's when the structure of your plan starts to matter more than the marketing brochure. Here's the fundamental difference. Original Medicare plus a Medigap plan is a prepaid certainty model. Medicare Advantage is a pay-as-you-go risk model. One asks you to pay more upfront in monthly premiums. The other asks you to accept more financial variability later. And that variability can be significant. Under Original Medicare alone, there is no maximum out-of-pocket limit. That surprises many people, which means you must add either a Medigap plan or choose a Medicare Advantage plan to protect yourself from unlimited exposure. With Medicare Advantage, you do have a maximum out-of-pocket limit. Depending on your plan and location, that could range between roughly $4,000 to $8,000 in a single year. That sounds manageable until you realize something most people overlook. That maximum resets every January 1st. So imagine this. You're healthy at 65. You choose a $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan. For 3 years, nothing happens. You feel smart. You're saving $150 to $200 per month compared to a Medigap plan. Then in October of year 4, a complex medical condition appears. Suddenly you need specialists, tests, procedures, hospital time. You hit your $6,000 maximum out-of-pocket before December 31st. Treatment continues into January. The clock resets. You hit another $6,000 in the first quarter of the next year. That's $12,000 out-of-pocket in less than 6 months, during one of the most stressful periods of your life. Now compare that to someone on a Medigap Plan G. They've been paying a higher monthly premium, but after a small deductible, Medicare-approved costs are covered at 100%. No volatility, no reset shock, no double exposure year. Neither plan is bad, but the emotional and financial experience is dramatically different, and that experience traces back to a single decision made at age 65. There's another layer most people miss: networks. With Original Medicare plus Medigap, you can see any provider in the country that accepts Medicare, and that's the vast majority of providers. No networks, no referrals, no geographical limitations. Medicare Advantage operates within provider networks. In routine years, that may not matter. In complicated years, especially if you need specialty treatment outside your region, it can matter a lot. Then there's the switching issue. Many people assume they can start with Medicare Advantage and switch to Medigap later if needed. In most states, that is not guaranteed. Outside your initial enrollment period, switching may require medical underwriting, which means pre-existing conditions can affect eligibility and price. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people consider switching when something has already gone wrong, which makes approval harder. So the real question isn't which premium is lower, it's how much financial volatility am I willing to accept in retirement? Are you comfortable absorbing a $5,000 to $8,000 expense, possibly 2 years in a row? Do you value unrestricted provider access? Have you honestly evaluated your medical history? Not optimistically, honestly. Because the lowest premium plan is not always the lowest long-term cost plan. Total cost includes premiums, deductibles, copays, co-insureds, maximum out-of-pocket, administrative friction, and emotional stress. Now, let me be clear. Medicare Advantage is absolutely the right choice for some people. If your doctors are in-network, you don't travel extensively, you've built savings to absorb higher out-of-pocket years, and you value bundled simplicity with dental, vision, and drug coverage, it can make sense. This is not about right or wrong, it's about risk alignment. And that alignment should match your retirement lifestyle and cash flow tolerance. But here's what I've seen repeatedly. People focus on saving $150 per month. They don't focus on protecting against a $12,000 surprise. And retirement is not the season of life where volatility feels comfortable. If you're approaching 65 or already enrolled, this decision deserves more than a quick comparison chart. It deserves a stress test. If you want to walk through your options carefully, without someone pushing one plan over another, I recommend speaking with a trusted independent Medicare advisor who will show you both structures clearly. Because once you understand the risk difference, every other Medicare decision becomes easier. And the most important medical decision you make at age 65 isn't about dental coverage. It's about whether you want to prepay for certainty or accept volatility later. Choose based on clarity, not just cost.